Welcome to EnerNOC University. In this lesson, we will be discussing all of the tools and features available to you in energy profiling that will help you effectively manage your energy consumption and demand. Here, we can see the real-time load profile for one of our buildings. As we mouse over the load profile, we can see the real-time demand as well as the timestamp for that data point. If we want to, we can change the data interval view to get more or less granular energy data. The data that we are currently looking at is the most recent 7 days. We can tell this because the range that is currently selected is 7D. We could also look at larger ranges of data such as 1 month, 3 month, 6 month, year to date, or 1 year. If we needed to look at a specific date range, we could select a start and end date using the date selector tools. When looking at larger amounts of data, you can distinguish between weekends and weekdays by the shading. Gray days are weekends and white days are weekdays. It's important to note when looking at a load profile that your buildings don't operate in a vacuum. That's why EnerNOC provides you with the ability to overlay weather and temperature data. If you have a production facility that EnerNOC is currently streaming production data from, we also provide you the ability to overlay that production data. This way, you can see how these different factors affect your consumption and demand. All of the data that is available to you in energy profiling is completely exportable using the export feature at the top right. Having access to your raw energy, weather, and production data will make internal reporting and analysis much easier by eliminating the need to gather these data sources from different systems or manually entering this data from utility bills and production sheets. You may want to compare multiple buildings to each other or dig deeper into an individual meter at a building. All of this can be done using the location selector on the left-hand side of the screen. By clicking on the name of a meter, building, or group of buildings, you can see an aggregated load profile for all of the meters that roll up to that node. You can also click on the checkboxes next to a building's name to compare multiple buildings' load profiles to each other. In addition to comparing one building to another within your portfolio, you may want to compare a building to itself to see how it's performing over time. To do this, click on the Compare to Past checkbox in the bottom right-hand side of the screen. The Compare to Past tool will allow you to compare the load profile of a building versus its preceding range, versus the same period last year, or compare two custom date ranges. High-level information about the energy being consumed in these two time periods is available in the summary panel to the right. Here you can see the minimum, maximum, and average demand as well as the load factor. If you are monitoring consumption instead of demand, you can also see the total number of kilowatt hours consumed in these two time periods. Using the Compare to Past tool is extremely useful for identifying changes in your operating schedule or verifying the impact of an energy efficiency measure. Instead of looking at this energy data in terms of consumption and demand, you can always use EnerNOC's cost curve to turn this energy data directly into dollars. EnerNOC has access to one of the largest tariff libraries in the world, which allows us to take your real-time energy data and calculate your consumption costs, demand costs, and by taking into account any fixed fees, calculate the total cost of energy for an individual data point or an entire time period. Lastly, if there is something that you identify in energy profiling that you want to share with a teammate or remind yourself of later, you can use the Note feature at the top right. Notes are shared with anyone that has access to the node that you put them on. Any user that can see these notes can log into EIS and comment on them. This is a great way to start a conversation about your building's energy consumption on the energy data itself. Using the tools demonstrated in this lesson will help you understand the patterns associated with your building's energy consumption, assist you with identifying energy efficiency opportunities, help you quantify energy costs, and give you a level of visibility that you can't achieve with utility bills alone. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.